How does a bastard, orphan, son of a whore, and a Scotsman dropped in the middle of a forgotten Cinemania?
No, you gotta do the Anthony Fauci one. Worst,
Anthony Fauci.
which is the worst video I've ever seen.
Oh no, it's like it's awful. Like, it's terrible. I can't even voice. I hate it. But yeah, speaking of good musicals, we're talking about one of those today. But anyways, welcome to Cinemania. I'm your host, Lin Manuel-Miranda. Alongside me are my co-hosts for today,
David Diggs.
Lin Manuel-Miranda's coffee.
Brandon Disney Shillingford.
Yeah. And we have
Flamin' Hot Cheeto. Dude, this shit. So I forgot how good these are. I haven't had a Flamin' Hot Cheeto in like 3 years. Oh man, what a time!
You know who had a Flaming Hot Cheeto three years ago?
Claro.
No, the White House.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's when that song came out. So
That's true.
But yeah, who had one, Brandon?
The White House has had a Flaming Hot Cheeto in it for the last 3 years.
The president is a freaking Cheeto. That's right.
Cheeto.
And you know, this wonderful musical is a great liberal response to the freaking Cheeto we have in the White House that made everything bad. Nothing was bad before the Cheeto.
Yeah, racism didn't exist. Inequality didn't exist.
Donald Trump.
Did you not watch The Help? Come on.
Hey, come on. Look, there's two things I know that happened in around 2015 to 2016. Chapo Trap House created leftists, and Donald Trump created racism.
Yeah, 100%. And if anything happened, Hamilton created black people.
Oh, let's go! Lakers take the lead! Sorry, I got excited.
No, I'm going to be doing that later on when the Blackhawks start.
What?
What in the world?
But yeah,
Sucking all the guts on this Cheeto.
This is gonna be a hell of a show.
it's gonna be.
I am sucking this Cheeto off right now.
Anyways, welcome to Cinemania.
Call me Vladimir Putin because I'm sucking the Cheeto off. Oh.
You only have the highest brow of comedy here.
This is really the
SNL is hard out.
So that just happened. So now let's get into this.
Wow,
waiter.
We won the internet today, guys.
I'll have
Dame, stop making your shots, you fucking bitch.
Oh my god.
But yeah. So, what did we watch this week, guys?
I watched.
Nothing.
Okay, do you want to wait until everyone's done to talk about Scott Pilgrim at all?
I just want to talk about Hamilton today, honestly. That's really all
You guys want to just talk about what we watched this week, next week? I'm good with that.
Sure. Yeah. All right, guys.
Oh, okay.
Let's just skip everything this week. Let's get straight to the modern day masterpiece
Sounds good.
of theater that is Hamilton. The show that ended racism. The show that made Lin Manuel-Miranda Jesus. So
Jesus Christ Superstar, Holocaust version. Remember when we did that?
You know what sucks is like, we got to deal with In the Heights next year. I think about that every day.
See, all right.
If coronavirus did anything
The
good,
trailer didn't look bad for In the Heights.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You're going to have to hear these stupid songs for like a year.
Okay.
Uno.
Do you think the songs in Moana are bad?
Celia se baña.
Look, here's the thing.
Celia se ducha.
It's
Brandon, please go on mute.
the thing with Hamilton, right?
Celia se cepilla.
Brandon, come on. Brandon, cállate la computadora, I think. Okay.
yeah, we're good.
Oh my gosh.
So the thing about Hamilton is like, in and of itself, I guess, it's not like this terrible musical. It is definitely. I mean, it's pretty bad, but it's the goddamn like political tidal wave, like liberal ripple effect that this show has had that has just made me hate it so much.
Well, and I think for like myself, who like literally has only heard one song from Hamilton before we watched it, which is the first song. Like I literally haven't heard anything else from Hamilton in my life. I've just heard people that love it. My cousin and her and her son, who is like I guess 8 or 9 years old now, adore Hamilton. Like love it to death. Like it's her favorite thing. I know so many people that will live and die by that musical. And
I couldn't even get past like 30 minutes in, so I don't know how that's even possible.
And well, that was the interesting thing going in was like watching, because I was watching it with my roommates, one of which has seen a live performance of it, not with the original cast, when they performed in Richmond. And she's not like obsessed with it, but she like knows about it. She's like into it. She likes some of the songs. And it was really interesting to get her perspective on it. Because while she enjoys it, she, and including everyone in her family, agrees that Lin Manuel-Miranda is the worst part of Hamilton.
He can't even sing.
He cannot sing well, and he's not the greatest stage presence. And I expected more, given that he kind of brought this all together, which was bizarre.
He's been haunting my life for. When did this come? What year did this come out? 2016.
I think it was 2015,
like that.
right? Or am I crazy?
Something like that.
Because I want to say I was in high school when it came out.
Yeah, I actually definitely was in high school when it came out. Yeah.
I had to listen to it in my history class.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
That sucks for you.
Oof. Hey, kids.
You know,
did you know that racism is over? And he just hits play.
he's like, racism ended when Lin Manuel-Miranda put pen to paper and was like, I'm going to cast black actors as our forefathers who owned slaves, but not talk about slavery.
I think that racism ended when Lin Manuel-Miranda gave Thomas Jefferson, a man who enslaved hundreds of black people, beat them, raped them, did everything possible, like did the worst shit possible to them, and then Lin gave him a jazz number.
The worst part?
Damn right.
It's a decent number. Like it's actually a decent song.
I
If
think
it wasn't the Diggs, it would have been awful. I'm telling you, like that.
That's true.
That's fair.
True.
That's fair.
If it wasn't him, yeah.
You know, I think we as a society deserve a recorded version of The Haunting of Lin Manuel-Miranda.
I agree as well,
Yeah.
but I don't know if it will ever happen. But I definitely are they even still doing it on like well not they're obviously not still doing it, but like prior to like COVID, I don't know. It was
I have no idea.
I read
Those
up on
Flamin'
it a
Hot
little
Cheetos
bit.
are
I'm
fucking
not
hot.
sure.
Who would have thought?
would have
Who
thought.
knew?
Yeah.
I don't remember them being that spicy, man.
So I want everybody in this chat to say one thing they like about Hamilton.
God, Jesus.
Okay. I'll
I
start.
like the little spinny thing.
Yeah, no, the set is like kind of
The set's dope.
the set is kind of genius. I love it.
I like that David Diggs got paid. I like him.
I think the set and the execution is good. It's a pretty fluid. It's two pretty fluid segments. They go in and out of each number pretty impressively, but that's about it. I like some of the music.
I liked during like an hour and a half in when they turned to the camera and said, "Vote for Elizabeth Warren for president in 2020."
I think
Bernie's problematic.
There are two songs I like in this musical. At least two songs that I remember, because every other song kind of morphs into an amalgamation of like whatever, right?
Yeah.
I like The Room Where It Happened. That's a fun number, and I appreciate the themes of like, you know, higher powers in government going against the wishes of the people and not listening to them, and all these secret meetings happening. And then the song, or it's the moment in the musical, like early on, where Hamilton meets his wife, and it's like the sisters like at the ball, and they have the whole like helpless musical number, and like, all right, this is like a generic ballad. Then they do the fucking rewind shit, and it's like kind of interesting. And then you have that song where it's like, all right, here's an entirely different perspective on the same events. And I was like, that's actually really cool and like interesting and well done. And the woman singing it is she has a killer voice.
And if you notice, like,
nailing it.
If you
It's the
notice,
best part of the musical.
There's all section of it, like Angelica is like doing the same movements she does, and like, which like I was like, damn, that's really pretty cool.
It's so fucking like, and that's sort of my main takeaway from Hamilton, is like the best part of Hamilton is anytime Hamilton isn't there. like anytime Lin Manuel-Miranda is not involved, or the character of Hamilton is not involved, I'm engaged, I'm interested, I'm here for it. But it's 2 hours and 45 minutes.
There's a lot of
30 minutes of it is Lin Manuel trying to act cool, I think.
My favorite part is
we tried to do the lip biting.
No, I was waiting. So that's what I was going to bring up. My favorite part of the show is when Lin Manuel-Miranda tries to be really, really sexy in the sex symbol with a whole music about how horny Alexander Hamilton is because he's writing essay after essay. He's so tired, but he's just so damn horny. So he helps a helpless woman, walks her back home, and then has sex with her and talks about how Alexander Hamilton, a.k.a. Lin Manuel-Miranda, just pulls all the ladies, and then has a very awkward kiss with this person, and then like very slightly grabs her tush, her bottom, you may say, and I got a boner. I'm not gonna.
Hamilton is you remember how when Twilight was coming out, there was you'd hear there's like rumors that they had to like clean up seats because they were wet after the showings. That's what Hamilton is for the men of this generation.
Yeah.
The soy generation.
I was like, I feel just like Lin Manuel-Miranda. I'm an awkward person who can't sing and is really bad at writing.
I mean, I can't even lie. When they zoom in on him and he says, "My name is Alexander Hamilton," I did the soy face. I soy faced very hard.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm Alexander Hamilton.
Wait a minute. That's my name too.
Hamilton is my Joker.
When they showed it when they showed it in high school, I lied earlier. They didn't show it when I was in high school. Everyone stood up on our desks like it was Dead Poet Society, and we said, "My name is Alexander Hamilton."
I love when they have a whole musical number dedicated to Alexander Hamilton, the idea of capitalism in America, through his establishment of the banking system and credit in America, and just praising them. They're just like doing that entire musical number. They're just sucking off Alexander Hamilton and how they.
Dude, I'd suck off
capitalistic system.
I mean, Lin Manuel-Miranda.
They're the same person.
I know. Dude, you go back in time, you see Lin Manuel.
Exactly.
At this point, yeah.
Which means Lin Manuel is very problematic. He owns slaves, though.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that.
He didn't own slaves. He just sold them.
Yep. Oh.
How fucked up is it? There's literally a song in the movie where Lin Manuel says the words, I supported abolishing slavery, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
How fucked up is that?
Oh, it's great.
How fucked up is it that
Thumbs up.
his wife's legacy is just compiling the story of Alexander Hamilton, and then also maybe supporting freeing the slaves?
You know,
And
it's not
making an
fucked up.
orphanage.
I mean, you need an entire lifetime to compile the story of Alexander Hamilton.
But
As you
who's
can see,
gonna tell
Lin-Manuel-
his story? Who's gonna tell his story? That man is Lin Manuel-Miranda. Fuck Alexander Hamilton's wife. She didn't spend years in
Yeah,
trying to figure out who Alexander Hamilton is.
exactly.
Lin-Manuel-Miranda-
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, Lin Manuel-Miranda was the one who figured out who Alexander Hamilton was. Lin Manuel-Miranda saved not only the history of Alexander Hamilton, but Broadway as a whole. Without Hamilton, we would not know our true history,
Mhm.
and we would also not have Broadway anymore.
Without Hamilton, theater kids would have never learned about our founding fathers.
Well, no,
Yeah.
Lin is just Alexander Hamilton reincarnated. He's just painting himself in the best possible light. We're all just missing that here.
Yeah, exactly. Dude. That's what I've been saying.
The
You know,
hat comes on David.
I just want to go onto that stage. When I watch Hamilton, I've been watching it every single day since it came out. And I just want to go on that stage, and I just want to drop on my knees, and I want to suck Lin
Fuck
Manuel.
Alexander.
I mean, I want him to brutalize my uvula.
Gee.
So
You know how sometimes when you drink shit and it goes down the wrong pipe and it hurts like shit. I want. No, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I feel like you should probably cut it off now.
I'll stop. That's for the premium version of this.
Yeah, buy our Patreon. You can.
I'll say buy our
Buy our
Patreon.
Yeah,
See,
that's for OnlyFans, and you can see what David said.
Get the uncensored cut of
Fourth
the
tier.
Snyder cut of
Like fourth
Snyder
tier.
cut.
You gotta buy a
Cinemania.
lot.
Yeah,
the Miranda cut.
a Miranda cut. Jesus. So
Do you think there's anything from Hamilton that they had to cut out because they were like, oh, it's just too. Do you notice that they censored a lot of cuss words? I want to bring that up.
They
yeah,
censored
that was
fuck
so weird.
twice. They censored fuck twice, which is bizarre because it's already PG-13.
You know, that's because
And
big tech, big Disney, big Hollywood, they want to censor us. You know, we gotta live in their
Guess
sanitized
what?
world. It's
Our
basically
founding fathers said
1984.
fuck. Our founding fathers said fuck. Lin Manuel-Miranda was there. He's telling the true story. But guess
Yeah,
what?
They
exactly.
didn't own slaves.
The-
They just said
The
fuck.
House of Mouse. The House of Mouse thinks they can rewrite history. They think they can rewrite history.
Yeah,
Yo,
Mr.
this
Mouse
is modern
just-
day.
They think they can cover up that butt in Splash. I saw that butt in theaters. Okay,
Yeah.
you can't hide the
Are you
truth.
kidding me? Fake news. You know. Oh man, I had a good joke, but it just flew from my brain.
And well, so one thing I wanted to discuss, if you want to get more into it, is like, I guess, I want to discuss like the pacing of the show in a weird way, because the show feels like a fucking slog, right? Like I'm not
Yeah, I
alone
know.
in this, and I don't think that comes from just like how unenjoyable it is at times. I just feel like the problem I have with it is that usually when you see a play of this type, right, there's an intermission, right, like a 15-minute intermission. And this one tries to have it, but it's really lazy.
It's 1 minute.
Yeah, it's a minute. And it's like, do you not think people have the mental capacity to like get up for 10 minutes and or at the very least fast forward? Like what? Like just pull an old Hollywood like Sound of Music or Lawrence of Arabia, man. Just give me 15 minutes to collect my thoughts, to give me an opportunity to find something else to watch, turn this off, and do something else with my life.
Well, Sam,
Give me a chance.
to that I'll say that if there's anything I could say in defense of this, it's that they made no illusions of being like, okay, this is an actual artful, thoughtful thing we put work into. They literally just recorded the musical and put it
No,
on.
but that's
Don't
not
get me
true.
started.
They tried. You can see that they tried to make this a very like artistic piece. You
Like,
can see that they tried to.
a lot of the shots, like you saw,
Okay.
in, like photos, you
It's
saw in-
shot so average. None of the shots are interesting.
Well, no, like a lot of the shots that you see with like the ones above them and shit were stuff that you saw like on like the Today Show or like on Good Morning.
Yeah.
A lot of them were that, and
The
like
publicity shots.
the
Yeah.
publicity shots, yeah. So like, I mean, I feel like they just kind of took shots like that every night, and we're like, okay, so like we're probably gonna use it at some point. So I mean, I don't think they actually put like effort in and try to make it artful.
And well, I feel like so one thing I found interesting. So again, talking to my roommates who have seen the live version, what they said is that they really hated the editing because it's sort of by forcing you to view certain things, you're missing the entire theater experience, which is watching the entire cast interacting with each other in the background during certain moments. And the way my roommate described it was like you're basically watching a show where the spotlight is on Alexander Hamilton, but then everybody else in the cast fucking hates him and like is making fun of him the whole time.
It's like in real life.
And like everybody has chemistry with everybody else except Lin Manuel-Miranda or Hamilton specifically. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting. And it would be cool if, you know, they incorporated that more. If they like were able to give you certain like nice shots of other things happening in the background beyond what's happening in the foreground, giving you the choice of what you want to look at. But instead they just decided for you what was important and put it up on screen, losing an entire layer of I don't want to say nuance. That might be giving the play too much credit, but it does lose a certain element to it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can definitely see that in the musical number.
Oh, my fucking live stream, the playoffs cut out. God damn it.
You can definitely see that in the musical number where Hamilton is trying to seduce the woman. There's a lot of tight shots.
Yeah.
Because they want to show his
You're goddamn
lower
right. There's
end.
a lot of tight shots.
They didn't want to show his lower half of his body because they didn't want you to see the magical erection.
Right.
Happened.
Of course.
And, no, but seriously, that whole musical number is very like awkwardly edited together.
Dude, the fucking editor was getting a little too fucking horny, man. You're right.
He was just frantically I have to get done with this. I'm just so dehydrated from jerking. It's like I have to keep editing the scene over and over.
They had like a 14-year-old boy, and it was like taking like testosterone pills in this movie.
But like, but
He's
what
like
I
hitting
will
his space bar with his dick, and he's like hitting all the keys with his dick.
He doesn't even have to get hard. He only needs like one pump.
oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
What I will say though is that like this really is edited together like a Netflix comedy special. You know, like there's no cinematic flair. There's no utilizing the medium. It's just we put 10 cameras in the room. We're gonna figure it out later. You know, like I think we talked about this after the show or after watching it. But you know, it's funny to compare this to something like Stop Making Sense, which takes the concert experience and translates it into a film and makes it a cinematic experience by utilizing the medium and the editing and visuals and sound and everything to make a movie rather than just a concert. And this just makes a play, but with someone telling you where to look at all times. Being like, hey, look here. Hey, look there. Hey, look over there.
That's what I was about to bring up. Have you ever gone to like a Fathom event, like at Regal, when they have like plays?
I haven't seen them do
not the plays.
All right, so I went to see Hamlet there once, and watching Hamlet through this Fathom event was so much more interesting than watching Hamilton, because it's literally just a wide shot, and it's just the play itself.
But that's perfect, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's perfect. It's so much better
Way
than
better.
just having a close up on Lin Manuel's ratty fucking face.
Which okay, so
I could beat the shit out of Lin Manuel-Miranda. I'm
I
pretty confident.
I think two, maybe even one small child could beat up Lin Manuel-Miranda.
Let's see how tall he is. If he's over 5'9", I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
But so one question I want to posit to the group is: do you think Hamilton would be improved if Lin Manuel-Miranda was not in it?
Okay,
Yes.
he's only
Still
5'9".
right.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Still great it, but they get someone to play Hamilton that can actually play the role.
It has
Yes.
a stage presence. He's not
David Diggs.
Even
Yes.
just like Alexander, his existence as a person retroactively continues to make the show worse. Just having to know that this man exists
Go ahead.
ruins it for me.
Yeah.
What if
I
Lin
was having
Manuel-Miranda?
I was thinking about something, and like I want to know you guys' opinion of it. Do you guys think all art that is made about this period of time is problematic? Because no matter who it's about, it's going to be about a piece of shit who either owned slaves, sold slaves, beat their wives, or like I don't know, did something. So I don't know. I just feel like, and like it's not to say like. Even if you try to like paint them in a light where like okay they're the villain of it, I still don't think it's worth it.
I think it's only problematic because they scoot by it and they don't even bring it up.
Yeah, they're like,
yeah.
pretend I do not see it.
I don't think their existence, like works of whatever that depict the time as problematic. It's that if they don't acknowledge, you know, if it's like a biopic about Thomas Jefferson, it only talks about the Constitution or the Declaration, or whatever he worked on. I don't remember. But they don't talk about all the other stuff.
Well, no one's gonna make a movie about Thomas Jefferson raping Sally Hemings. Like that's gonna be like no one's gonna do that. That's actually who he was. Though. He was a terrible.
Yeah.
human.
Oh yeah,
No, I know.
that
You know
movie.
what I mean, though. It's
You make that
acknowledging.
movie.
It's acknowledging that it happened.
The Republicans are gonna come out there and be like, they're trying to big Hollywood, trying to ruin this nation's history. God damn it, dude! If oh my God, nobody on the Lakers can make a goddamn three right now. It's so
Blackhawks
annoying.
can't score a goal to save their life. I'm stressing out over here too.
The Capitals lost, or no, they won tonight. But
They won tonight.
This is not a sports podcast.
Yes, it is. This is a different jersey than last week.
Freak out.
I promise this is a different jersey than last week.
That doesn't change anything. No one else is
Oh
wearing
my
a
God,
jersey.
the Blazers made another shot.
Go
Please
Blackhawks.
talk about Hamilton, people. Jesus.
Okay, I had a couple of things I wanted to.
So it's like,
Oh my God.
all right, guys, sorry. Okay, Hamilton. Okay, what were we saying, Len? I'm sorry.
Just talk about Hamilton.
My
No,
name
but-
is Alexander Hamilton.
So
You're gonna-
okay,
There's a million things I haven't done. Just you wait.
Not throwing away my shot.
Dr. Anthony Fauci. All right, let's go. Sports podcast.
Hey.
Never done. All right, Len, you're gonna bring up a point before that. What were you gonna say?
I don't know.
Okay.
okay.
This is what
so
Hamilton does. in my mind.
let's talk about the women in the play, or really the lack thereof.
The women will be in the sequel.
But like, I just think I think it's funny. There's a whole song, a whole sequence dedicated to those sisters, right? So they make a whole big deal out of it, and then the one sister gets married to Hamilton, is just kind of in the background for like the whole show. The one girl is like, I actually love Hamilton, and then just leaves for 2 hours, and then just kind of comes back at the end to be like, hey, don't cheat on my sister. Peggy's in there once. I only remember Peggy because she was weird and didn't show up ever again.
Yeah.
And then
Peggy died.
when did she die? What?
She died of dysentery crossing the Oregon Trail. I don't fucking know.
But like,
Terry, that's a big deal. Come on. Danny Green, you should have shot that shit. Are you kidding me?
but then there's the woman that he sleeps with, right? Who just kind of exists in the play to like create a conflict. I don't care if it's real. She's not a character. She literally shows up and is like, "You want to go to my room?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm so conflicted."
I just had kind of like a fucked up thought, but...
and I don't know, those are all the women in the play. Those are all the named women in the play. Like, there's nothing else. Like, I don't know, man. If you're really trying to make something that like not rewrites history, but like tells in a different light, why not go all in beyond just casting people of color as white people?
Oh, and the ending feels super rushed with Eliza was his wife's name, right?
Sure.
And like it ends on the most like I think I laughed out loud when she does like the gasp thing, like
it's an artistic choice, Adam. Okay, because
it
would be
realizes the audience
cringy and dumb.
Her husband.
I just had
her
like
work isn't in vain, Adam. You would have known that if you paid attention.
Her work never would have been anything without Lin Manuel-Miranda. Lin Manuel-Miranda is the only reason her work will ever be recognized.
That's goddamn right. Lin Manuel-Miranda, woke king, elevating women.
But on that note, like, you know,
let's go, nice block, baby.
Do we think that the play, being 3 hours, just straight up being 3 hours, could have been improved if we focused more, or we put more focus on the women in the story, or try to flesh them out more? Do we think that could have added an interesting layer to the story of Hamilton's life?
Here's the thing. So I mentioned it like after we watched the movie, but I don't know if you know this, David. Lin Manuel-Miranda, he completely forgot that, because there's a line in the song where it's like, "Oh, I'm my father only had daughters, and I'm his oldest child." But he completely forgot that he had like 3 sons.
So like, also there's not a lot of variance when the female characters come into play. Like Angelica's the sister's name.
That was old ball.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Like, comes in, like, that actress is one of the best parts of the show. Like, her voice is probably the best in the show, but all of her songs have the same tune to them. I know, like, a couple of times.
It's a motif, Adam.
Back, but it's the same.
Adam,
thing.
it's a motif.
You know, a scene that would have been really
artistic choice.
It would have been like really funny if, like, all the actors hated like Lin Manuel.
They probably did.
And on his last showing as Hamilton, it would be funny if somebody just replaced or put all. I don't know. I didn't finish the thing. Like I said, I only watched like an hour of it. I don't know if they actually show him getting shot in a scene, but it would have been really funny if somebody replaced the gun with a real gun and he just popped his ass.
It's like Birdman.
Yeah. The girl's there ready to grab the bullet, and then the dude's about to shoot, like, is like, whoa. And she's like, huh? Then just like fucking goes for it. And everyone's like, wow, why didn't they slow it down when the person died? And Lin Manuel is just bleeding out on the fire.
the whole cast is like, oh no, who could have done this?
No, they just keep doing the show like normal.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to happen.
Everyone there is just like, wow, that's some realistic blood.
They're all in on it.
No, let's go, JaVale, monkey!
It's an interesting choice to have his body bleed out for the rest of the show. That's a very
that's
choice.
That's realistic.
No, they don't even finish the show. They just like all leave and like leave.
Shoot him! Stop!
And they're like, wait, where'd everyone go? And they're all at like Burger King. They're like, that was nice.
It's like, finally, it's just fucking over. Jeez.
They took Lynn's credit card and they're like, all right, let's go get some dinner, guys.
Let me tell you, watching Hamilton was like when I was like a sophomore in high school. My friend Tyler had a vape and a bong. And one day, I decided, what if I put the vape in the bong? And I did a vape bong, as it were. And watching Hamilton gave my brain that same feeling of, oh my god.
No, like, I remember when it came out and everything, like, and then like they had the off-Broadway touring company that like came to like Richmond and everywhere else, and I was like, I was never really interested in seeing it like in person. I'm not a play person, and also I just had no interest, and like being on Disney Plus, you know, it gave me a chance to see what all the hype was about without spending money 5 years later. And I was just largely disinterested. Like that's how I felt throughout most. It was just.
Oh, did we lose Adam? Oh, did we lose me? Oh, I've been lost. Oh no. This isn't good for the recording. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, this isn't good. Now.
Okay, so the question is, there's a play called Equus, and in the play, Daniel Radcliffe played the lead role like I think 10 years ago.
Oh,
and in the play,
no.
the main character spends like a good portion of the play with his dick out, completely naked on stage. I think that is what Hamilton needed.
Exactly. I need to see some of that Lin Manuel Hog, baby.
I didn't say that hogs.
See, if you want to be really subversive, all the men
Do
are.
you think he has a hog, guys?
Oh, definitely, without a doubt.
You think he's packing 8?
He at least 12 inches. Soft. Like
Yeah, one time I was talking to, my fourth cousin who is a producer in the entertainment industry. And he was telling me that one time Lin Manuel was going through, the TSA.
Yeah.
And they stopped him, and they were like, the agent was like, "Sir, I'm gonna need you to remove that pipe bomb from your pants." And Lin Manuel said, "That's no pipe bomb. That's my pee-pee." It said it exactly like that.
Wow.
Jonathan
True
Taves,
story.
let's go. Sorry.
I just saw an ad for HBO Max show, about the primaries, and I saw clips of Bernie rally, and I just got sad. I miss you, King. Very sad that Bernie Sanders just disappeared after he dropped out of the presidential race.
You know who else disappeared? Alexander Hamilton.
Yep.
Fox disappeared. Lin Manuel-Miranda after I killed him.
So I wanted to know what you guys think if Sam brought up this point earlier. If the show focused more on Hamilton's wife, because a more interesting aspect of the show, and that's only in like the last 5 minutes.
I think that like their relationship is interesting. I think that Angelica's I think she's the most interesting character. She's the most interesting person in like just life in general. Because if you go back, like she went to France and she went to England like with her husband, but she did like a lot of shit. And she was like a diplomat, and she did a lot of really cool stuff as well. I think Eliza, this might get some. Wait, hold on. I think their relationship is the most interesting. I think she's an interesting person in real life, but in the play, I think she's only interesting because of her relationship with Hamilton.
Right.
I don't know.
Just
agree.
Which it just goes back to the question of like why Lin Manuel-Miranda was like, yes, Alexander Hamilton is the story I want to tell. That's because the person I want to highlight.
He wanted to write the lyric $10 founding father, and like
the $10 founding father.
He's just like he's like on the bus one day, like going home. He's like $10 founding father.
I think.
And he breaks out his notebook, and he's like Alexander Hamilton musical, and then he just writes a bunch of shit, and then does the research later, and then reads 10 pages of the book, and goes, I got it.
Yeah. It's literally exactly what he did, honestly. Like he read like the first like few chapters of the book, and was like, "Oh my god, this shit."
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, I think
I'll read
one
the
of the most.
Wikipedia summary.
I think one of the most underrated SNL sketches of the past couple of years is when they had Lin Manuel-Miranda on, and they basically just made fun of him in a sketch where they had him play a substitute teacher who like tried to teach his kids through rap.
I remember that happening. I just don't.
Shakespeare
nothing-
is the greatest rapper of all time.
God.
Yeah, to answer your
It's-
question, Landon, I think it would have been more interesting if they focused on Angelica, but I don't think that would have sold as many tickets, so not going to
Just-
work.
Part of the problem. That's the part of the larger issue. Like that also to me brings up the larger issue of Hamilton, where I have legitimately had this discussion. I've had this discussion with a parent, with a mother, who said, "Yeah, my daughters really liked Hamilton." And I thought, how could you like it? It has hip hop and rap, like it has like such terrible music. But then I listened to the music and I liked it a lot. And it just it brings up this whole idea of like that genre, that style, to some people didn't gain respect or they can't like it until it's presented in this friendly narrative.
It's like sanitized and like
yeah,
Appropriating.
exactly.
It's literally like Kids Bop.
LeBron has a triple double, boys.
Already?
But it's just
Hey,
Yep.
it just really bothers me that like the way that like a lot of very I'll say it, a lot of white people have learned to appreciate rap and the different genres most associated with Black culture is through Broadway, is through a very elite medium that aims to, as you say, appropriate and desanitize the genre and take it at its most base, unexciting merits. Like, I mean, the rapping to me is on the same level as like the Sugar Hill Gang doing fucking Rappers
It's
Delight,
literally epic rap battles of history.
If I was
Epic rap battles of history. And it
was-
didn't click to me until we got to the cabinet battles, and I was like, this is like the shittiest version of epic rap battles of history that I've ever seen in my life. And then Miranda just says a goofy ass fucking line, and he's like, oh shit. Oh. We're supposed to be like, oh, look at that sick burn that Alexander Hamilton just did on Thomas Jefferson. Oh shit.
My goal in life, I want to write a Hamilton-esque musical about Ben Shapiro.
Oh my god. We were talking about it.
She didn't care about my feelings.
We were talking about it once we finished the thing, but we're gonna write a musical about Ronald Reagan.
God damn it. It's just like him, like turning the camera. It's to be like, at the end of the play, or God damn, I'm trying to find the way at first. It's just gonna be like, well, he's gonna send Jesus Christ, I don't even know. I wish I had a smart joke for that.
Hey, don't worry.
8 different things going through my head. I'm like, what do I want to make fun of Reagan for?
What do you not want to make fun of?
Drugs. We're gonna create the idea of thugs.
Hey, how about this? There's a lot of money switching hands from you to me. That's why I planted crack in the Black community.
Oh! And at the end of the play, like, all the actors go on stage and they're like, we may have had disagreements with Reagan, but he's not like the Cheeto in the White House.
In the White.
It's like 10 years from now. He's
It's like going to be Don Jr. John Jr. is going to be president when they make this.
Mhm.
Maybe Barron.
Maybe Barron, yeah.
I would vote for Barron.
I would vote for Barron too.
He's like Goliath.
It's not going to be Ace Watkins, who's the first gamer president. It's going to be
because the establishment will shut him down.
Exactly. Yeah. Barron's going to be the first gamer president. He's going to. I would watch a musical about Barron Trump.
I wonder what's going on in his mind. He's so interesting to me because you never see any interviews with him. We've just assigned
There's
this
going to be a
personality.
kick-ass book in about 20 years that Barron Trump writes. Do you think Barron Trump likes his dad?
No.
I don't know. I want to know, bro.
Dude.
But I
book's
do
gonna
know
be
he was
titled
definitely the one who
Mirror.
stopped who stopped the Fortnite ban. He definitely stepped in. Donald Trump got a very stern phone call from his son.
Bro, I wonder what Barron Trump thinks about Apple deleting Fortnite from the App Store.
Oh, he's probably fucking
I
pissed,
wonder what he
dude.
thinks about all this. Did he throw away his iPhone?
Barron
I
was
bet he did.
fucking putting in some sessions on Air Force One.
He said, look, Dad, I need to make a call to Tim Cook right now, okay?
Barron Trump gave
Yeah, that Tim Apple guy, you keep fucking calling him. You keep calling him Tim Apple. I need him on the phone fucking stat, Donald. I need him on the phone stat.
Barron Trump gave 1980 Fortnite 5 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd.
I'm about to give that fucking 5 out of 5
He
stars.
only exclusively tweets with the hashtag #SaveFortnite.
Say Fortnite.
Yeah.
Any
Do you
tweet
think Barron Trump has a Twitter?
does he?
Oh,
I wish.
what do you think Barron Trump's rating on Fall Guys is?
Oh, Barron Trump's already he's won like 20. He's got the platinum. He's one of the only people that won 5 games in a row, dude. He's fucking legit.
Yo, okay. What if Barron Trump is like one of those gimmick accounts? Like, can you pet the dog?
Mm.
Oh my god.
He's racism.
What if Barron Trump is Lin
he's
Manuel-Miranda?
right.
Barron Trump, Lin Manuel-Miranda. Ever seen them in the same room? Don't think so.
Hmm.
I
It's like-
want Barron Trump to write a musical about Lin Manuel-Miranda and star.
That's goddamn right. Barron Trump, dude. What a guy. Dude, he's gonna be like 7 feet by the fucking time this presidency is over. He's gonna be an NBA prospect here soon.
He's gonna be Kristaps Porzingis. Honestly.
Yeah, dude.
How tall is he?
He's like
He has to be like 6'5" at least, because he's taller than Don.
Oh
And
yeah, he's
Don's
taller
like-
than both of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a fucking Goliath. He's calling the shots now. He's the man of the house.
The next LeBron?
I fucking think so, dude. I tweeted last night that Barron was calling the shots now, but after like a video of him like leaving the Air Force One came on, but like 2 MAGA people liked it, and I was like, I don't want to deal with this.
Nope, gotta go.
Nope.
David, once you tweeted that, did Barron? The reason why you deleted, did Barron DM you? He was like, "Look, I know you're a fan, but we gotta dead this right now. We can't have them."
Yeah. There can't be certain beef between me and my dad.
Exactly.
How long do you
Or
think
else
it
to
is
take
until-
Fortnite away.
How long do you think it is until Barron et tu brutes Trump?
Probably tomorrow.
I don't know. It's gonna be one. I'm telling you, one day on stage he's gonna be like, "My dad is a cuck bitch." He's gonna call his dad a communist on stage. He's gonna, QAnon's like. Do you think Barron Trump is Q? Actually, he might be. But
one day we're gonna learn that Barron Trump's been running the Gravel Institute Twitter account.
That'd be so fucking funny. The Grovel teens are just like Trump's like kids and nephews.
Yeah, it's literally just Eric, Barron, Tiffany, all of them. They're just like, yep.
Back to Hamilton.
Dude, I gotta tell you, I'm I'm pretty shocked that some of the lesser Trumps haven't started grifts. Only like one of them has done like a tell-all.
Yeah.
If I was a lesser Trump, I'd be like, oh yes, my dad. I would be writing a book where I'd be like, yes, Don sucked off 8 kittens at my 14th birthday party. I would just be like putting on some fucking insane shit.
But yeah, anyways, Hamilton. So
I wanted to talk about the musicality of it and the instrumentation that they used because I think it was one of the most annoying aspects of the musical itself, because it was literally, it's supposed to be like this hip hop centric fucking musical, but
Like mine,
the
not even
production
salsa.
behind the music that they use is literally just like 2 chords, and then every now and again you'll get like a. It's not even any. It's not in any kind of like time signature either. It's
My name is Aaron Burr,
the same
sir.
beat over and over again.
I know. I was about to say, like, that's that whole song is like 3 minutes. It's like, my name is Aaron Burr, sir.
Oh my
And
god! Don't even get me fucking started on
my
Aaron
cat-
Burr. God
Let's
damn it.
go.
When I see my cat, it purrs, sir.
Every time Aaron Burr came on stage, I was like, am I watching Green Eggs and Ham live? Jesus Christ, what is happening? He's like, hey, Aaron Burr, sir, are you sure? Make my cat purr? Grr.
Alligator go grr, sir.
Yeah,
Although-
I think that a lot of the music in it is really shitty. I think it just reuses a lot of like stock trap beats and like.
AD, let's fucking go! Slam.
But yeah, I think it's really shitty. Wait, who's winning that game, David?
Oh no, he muted himself.
Okay, never mind.
Censorship. I'm being silenced. By
Hey, the
local
Blackhawks are
media
winning.
in
That's a
this chat.
plus.
But yeah, Sam, what do you think about the musicality of it?
I don't know. Again, like I was saying earlier, I feel like except for like a select few songs, all of them really blend together, right? Like all of them sound the same. They're all because it is done more like an opera or like a Les Mis style thing where there's no dialogue, it's all singing. But very few of the songs are different enough, or kind of like what we're saying, are just too generic in terms of like instruments and melody and all of that to really stand out. And the songs that do stand out do so through, I believe, the vocals, like of the people who are singing them, who just like absolutely kill it. Or like a song like I said, one of my favorites is The Room Where It Happened, and that stands out just because like it has a catchy hook, right? I don't know if it's necessarily a good song, but it stands out amongst everything else. That's so just.
Yeah, the only songs that work are the ones where people are singing, not rapping.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. And
I can rap.
And it just, I don't know. It's just so bizarre and like nothing. Like there just comes a point where it's like I can't follow the narrative because I want to follow the music, but I can't follow the music because like it's bad. Like, so I don't know what the fuck to do. Like it's like I don't know where to look. You know, I don't know what to focus on when watching this. And there came a point when there was like an hour left, and I just felt myself like disassociating. Like I just felt myself being like, I'm just here. Like I'm not even really paying attention at this point because I'm just so like tired. Like I'm so.
Yeah, very much. It very much was like an experience where I just kind of like, I was watching it. I was taking nothing in. I was literally, my eyes were on the screen, but it was being processed.
Yeah.
It was me watching a shitty musical for 2 hours and 40 minutes, gaining nothing but losing everything.
It doesn't help that we watched it at like 10 or 10:30 at night too.
I lost my life, my wife, and my hand.
My wife.
Oh God. Yeah, no.
I had to finish it the next day, and I was doing what Landon was saying. I was just kind of like, just sitting there, just not processing it. Like, I just didn't care anymore.
Isn't it crazy that we have movies that are a similar length, like for example, Blade Runner 2049, that is a slower film where less happens in it, and yet I could watch that movie and be super engaged the entire time. Like that movie flies by, right? And then Hamilton tries so hard to be engaging and like different and exciting, and it just loses me. Like it seems like it loses all of us like an hour in, maybe sooner. You know, like that just blows my mind.
No, I was gonna say the same thing. Like Blade Runner is like 240, and then just of recently, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's 2 hours and 40 minutes. I saw that in theaters 4 times. Like I can sit through that or Blade Runner, or I mean, hell, even The Irishman like multiple times and be fine. But this is just no, I can't.
Yeah,
I am the Irishman.
Sorry,
I am the Irishman.
it's me, Irish.
I would love like an MCU version of Hamilton. Like, you know, I was watching Scoob the other day, and it's like the MCU version of a Scooby-Doo movie. Like Scooby is an origin story in that fucking movie.
That's what I wanted. I wanted to know where he came from.
Yeah, he's a descendant of Alexander. I'm not kidding. This is 100% real. He is a descendant of Alexander the Great's dog.
One of the other things I will say that was hit or miss about Hamilton is the kind of the revisionist history, because they tweak some things, they alter a few things. Hang on.
He's about to pull out his history textbook.
No, I had to stop my cat.
I guess they never miss, huh?
Here's my PowerPoint presentation.
I like that, David.
But no,
You got a boyfriend. I bet he doesn't kiss you.
Like, okay, so I did some reading on like the history, like what they changed, and also what was accurate and all that stuff. And the thing that didn't work for me, I mean, Alexander Hamilton's still kind of a piece of garbage on many facets, but they paint his adultery like a lot more than he actually did. But then at the same time, like that makes you hate him more in the play. But on the other side of things, the thing that works to the benefit of the play is there, because apparently he and Burr weren't very close, like early on, like how they show it in the play, because he and Burr meet like 5 minutes in.
They meet as soon as he steps off the boat.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. But for the play's sake, it does work to its benefit, like building that relationship. But again, at the same time, like the revisionist history is really hit or miss.
I guess they never miss, huh?
Jesus. And
I guess Burr didn't.
Well,
you got a boy.
All right.
Yeah, right.
Coming out hot. So I'm of the mindset I don't necessarily mind changing historical events or like modifying things slightly for the benefit of the narrative.
No, not at all.
Unless you are erasing egregious parts or you are making something appear like it's not. A great example of that is in Bohemian Rhapsody, where they portray it as Freddie Mercury did Live Aid because he had AIDS, when in fact he got AIDS. I want to say 4 years after. Live Aid. Yeah, and he actually did it just because he actually cared and like gave a fuck about helping people, and so that does it to create a more engaging narrative when you really didn't need to, when it was really unnecessary, and creates a huge historical inaccuracy. And I think
Rhapsody. Go ahead.
I was about to say, but Bohemian Rhapsody is a trash movie anyway, but that's just like another example.
Great editing on that movie.
Do what?
Great editing on that movie. Just like Hamilton.
The best.
Just like Hamilton.
Oh my god! Denny.
But Adam, I think your point really stands in terms of like as a knock against Hamilton's revisionist history, where if I understood you correctly, it sounds like this adultery subplot was more of a minor like blip in his life rather than a major event that led to his downfall.
That's what I understood. That's what I
Well,
understood from
Adam,
reading
I
it.
hate to correct you, but that's wrong.
Oh, really?
Actually,
Okay.
That's wrong.
Okay.
So one point in the musical that was actually kind of correct is that affair kind of put a damper because Alexander Hamilton wanted to run for president, and that affair basically ended any chance that he had of running for president. And in terms of like his personal life, like his wife didn't really care that much, so that's kind of right. Like in terms of like his personal life, it wasn't really that important. But his political life, and yes, because it really kind of like moved everyone away from the notion that he could actually be trusted, because everyone saw him as like a philandering, narcissistic piece of shit, which he was. But yeah, that's in terms of like his political career. I don't know if that's correct, Adam. What do you mean?
Okay. Yeah, because from what I saw, it was just like that one main scandal. It wasn't multiple ones or something like that.
Well, if you want to put on our little conspiracy caps, there's a lot of scholars who believe that the affair never actually happened, and that it was a cover up for him actually embezzling money from the government, which I believe.
I'd embezzle money from the government.
I'd embezzle money.
If you elected me,
it's
kind of based on it. Like,
if you elect me as governor, I promise I will embezzle money for my own gain.
I promise I'll steal money from literally from your wallets. I will go up to you.
I mean, Artie's doing that anyway, am I right, fellas?
Exactly.
Jesus.
Taxation is theft. Can become a libertarian now.
Oh my god.
I got a hot Cheeto stuck in my throat. If it sends me to the hospital, I want to pay $100,000 for an hour of treatment.
Jesus.
I want Lin Manuel-Miranda's hot Cheeto stuck in my throat.
I didn't have health insurance for like 5 days.
Oof.
During this pandemic, and I was like, oh god damn it.
You just stayed in your bed all day. You're just like, nope, not going out.
Yeah.
So do we have anything else to say about Hamilton? I don't know if there's anything else to really add. Is there any discussion points we
Lin
have?
Manuel-Miranda, cringe.
There was so much hype around this, and I get like the appeal, but I don't see why there was so much hype. It's fine, and it's bordering on the side of not good.
Do we have an opinion on King George?
Jonathan Groff is really talented, but
I
thought his segments were fun.
The idea in theory that his music is like generic, like shitty pop music. Like, I think it's a good idea. But it's just like, I can take some camp. I can take some goofiness. Didn't really work for me. And I think a big part of that, again, comes from the nature of the medium, where I think if I was in like the back row in a Broadway theater, the joke might work for me because he's so exaggerated I can see it from the back. But because the film, like the camera's right up in his face, I'm like, oh my god, there's your fucking spit, dude. Why are you so gross? and then I get distracted from the jokes.
Well, I did come across where I couldn't find the clip, but apparently there was a bootleg that someone filmed the play live from the upper deck, and like he noticed, and he's just like staring a hole straight through that phone. It's the funniest thing.
I love that.
What a king.
I mean, he literally is.
But do we have any other opinions beyond that? Do you have any like closing thoughts or any other talking points you want?
They goddamn call a charge on LeBron? I'm gonna fucking freak out.
I mean, I don't think it was
Quit silencing me.
No sports talk.
I don't think it was worth the
Okay, they didn't, guys. Don't worry.
I don't think it was worth the ungodly amounts of money that people paid to go see it. I gave it 3 stars, which is like the max I would give it. Not worth the hype is to me. Lin-Manuel doesn't have a great stage presence. He's not a great singer. Everyone else outshines him. Yeah, that's all I got.
But all I have to say is that I was so horny through this entire thing. my dick was rock hard.
I thought mine was gonna shoot off my body.
Literally, I thought it was gonna fall off. I'd be just balls.
Oh my god! Like a fucking shot.
Oh my god.
They're throwing away their shot. They're throwing it away.
I was looking for a joke. I was looking for a
It's
joke
all
to make
connected,
about that
dude.
song.
It's a circle. It's a circle.
I just kept getting Eminem vibes during I'm Not Throwing Away My Shot because I just kept flashing back to Lose Yourself over and over.
That's an awfully hot coffee pot.
I'm not throwing away my shot. Be Rabbity on the mic. I can't do a good Lin Manuel or Eminem impression. It's just kind of like just being angry.
My only closing thought is, I hope Lin Manuel-Miranda never picks up a pen, a keyboard, a laptop ever again, and never puts his shitty words and ideas on any kind of writing ever again. I hope he recludes himself to a $1 million home.
Well, what about a feather?
Fucking historical figures or whatever he wants to do.
I hope he yes, let's go Lakers, sing the lead. Let's fucking
I know 10 years from now, Lin Manuel-Miranda is going to try to make his own All That Jazz, and I
want him to start like a podcast with Chuck Wendig, and before they record every episode, they take out the picture, they recreate the picture where they're both doing the soy face, and upload it to Twitter. And like the podcast is just like 2 hours of them like saying Elizabeth Warren is like their mommy. That's my dream.
And I guess for my closing thought, I genuinely believe that Hamilton on its own, without Lin-Manuel-Miranda, if I see it live on stage, right, is like a solid 3 stars. Like decent idea, decent execution, could be improved a lot, very problematic, but I would have a good time at the theater. I gave it 2 stars on Letterboxd specifically because 1 star, or like 1/2 for Lin-Manuel-Miranda, and then another half for like the production of this filmed version. Not only for the terrible editing and for the terrible like shots and whatever, but the sound mixing. I don't know if y'all experienced this as well, but the sound mixing on my end was fucking awful. And I literally could not understand what anyone was saying at any time. And I had
the subtitles on.
Oh, nice shot,
but then I listened to it on Spotify, and I could hear everything perfectly. And I was just like, why don't you just like do it correctly? You know, why don't you just like, I don't know. So I think Hamilton is like a fine musical that's made worse by this specific version that we watched. I think this version, whatever justice you could do for Hamilton, this version does not do it. Or at least it doesn't help it. It doesn't do it any favors.
As somebody who's actually seen the musical, I think that I don't think
you saw the musical.
Yeah, I did.
Why?
It was it was my birthday present like a few years ago.
Damn, dude. Did the person who gave you the tickets hate you?
Yeah, my mom hated me. Like, we have a really contentious.
Did you see it off Broadway or on?
I saw it off Broadway. She like held my eyes open throughout the entire thing. She's gonna watch it.
Just had the Clockwork Orange thing.
You know, me and Landon passed by the theater.
Yes, we did.
It was playing at when we were in New York, back when it was at the peak. I remember we saw like a line outside of there one time.
Yeah, we did.
But yeah, I just want to say it's not as bad as like, because the Disney Plus version of it.
It's not as bad as I like to joke about how bad it is.
Because like I think a lot of it comes from the fact that like musicals are just very cringy in general, but you add on the rap to it, and it's an extra layer of cringe. And like plus Lin-Manuel Miranda is just like a terrible artist in general. But I think that we should give Hamilton credit for launching the careers of people like Daveed Diggs, because without Hamilton we would not have Blind Spotting. I truly believe that.
Yeah.
That's sad, but yeah.
Carl Kuzma's going off.
Who is David?
Carl Kuzma.
Carl.
I recommend all of you also just listen
Charles Barkley called him Carl.
to David Diggs' collective clipping. It's fantastic. Really good music. Really good like experimental rap. And yeah, that's all I have to say about Hamilton. Support David Diggs and all of his work, though.
King
Also,
David Diggs.
To
Renee-
ever sing a jazz number as Thomas Jefferson ever again.
Yeah.
He's
Also,
got-
Renee Elise Goldsberry too. Amazing. We love her. You also, before we go, do you guys see Philippa Sue? She played Eliza. Her tweet about she was like, it was like, you guys notice that none of Trump's fascist police are women?
Oh my God! Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
What?
I forgot what she tweeted, but I knew it was something terrible.
Yeah, that's her. So without Hamilton, we would not have that tweet.
I guess. Jesus.
That's
Listen, I oppose a fascist police state, but as long as the person who's arresting me is a girl boss, you just gotta take it lying down.
I think yeah, honestly.
Oh my God.
But yeah. So yeah, anyone else want to say anything about Hamilton? Before we? All right.
Ignore Lin Manuel-Miranda, stan Puerto Rican King Bad Bunny.
So Lin Manuel-Miranda sold the musical to Disney Plus for $45 million.
Jesus.
Fucking kidding. God. Oh my
This is what they did with it.
God.
This is what they did with $45 million.
No, they didn't know. He sold the rights to the recording.
That ruined my day.
Well, then Disney Plus paid $45 million and did this with it.
Yeah, yes.
You know, come on.
Yeah. But yeah. So anyways, Sam's pick. He shared it with us earlier last week.
Oh
but-
fuck. Oh no.
Well, I think I shared it.
God
off.
damn it.
I think I shared it off of the show.
Yeah,
David,
so-
I would be interested to see if you've watched this. I don't know if you have, but we'll see. My pick this week is it's a show. It's a series. It is probably one of the most important, influential sci-fi series of the last 20, almost 30 years, I would argue. Yet, I would also argue there's nothing really like it. Like, it is such a singular vision that is at once very genuine and I guess like genuine and a deep dive into a very personal cry for help, while also being very subversive of the anime genre at the time, and that would be Neon Genesis Evangelion.
I have not watched that.
So, well, Dave, if you want to, you're more than welcome to watch it. It's on Netflix. I'm recommending all 26 episodes on Netflix. What I am tentatively also recommending the end of Evangelion, the follow-up film, when everybody hated the ending to the series. They were like, all right, fuckers, we'll make a movie to change the ending.
Oh.
And then it's just, all I will say is that there is a theory to this day, and I don't think it's true, but there's a theory to this day that End of Evangelion was made just so the creator, Hideki Anno, could, like, just say fuck you to all of the fans. Like, just express his rage and anger with the people that didn't like the ending to his show. I don't think that's true because it doesn't get into how complex and like genius the end of Evangelion is, but whatever. I also feel very strongly about End of Evangelion because I watched it last night and that's literally all I've been thinking about for the past 24 hours.
Is that the movie that came out in the late 90s or one of the more recent ones?
That's the one that came
called
out in
End of
the
It.
90s because the new ones are remakes of the series, and
Okay.
apparently they're very hit or miss. We're only watching the 90s original show,
God.
and if we can get through it, I'm not making any promises. If we can get through it in time, also watch End of Evangelion. Luckily, End of Evangelion is only like an hour and 10 minutes. Like, it's not even that bad.
Does
You guys
End
should
of
do an episode on Starship Troopers. Fucking love that movie.
Someone recommended. I think I know what I'm recommending after Sam.
Adam, you recommend it if you want to watch it.
Yeah, I want to do something that I've seen. I want to introduce you guys to something that I enjoy. So we'll
Lenny,
see.
what do you say?
do they talk about, is the last line in the movie that car seat headrest song, Kamochi Wari?
Oh, what's the lyric again?
It's the name of a song, Kamochi Wari or something like that.
That's not, I mean, that might be.
It's when he's like floating in space.
That's not the last line. As far
Yeah.
the last line of the movie, this isn't really a spoiler. I'm pretty sure the last line is, it's either, depending on which translation you get, is either I feel sick or you idiot. And then the movie cuts to a white screen that says the end. And the crazy thing, if you get to End of Evangelion, I want you to go in knowing that this was one of the biggest movies in Japan when it came out. Literally, the movie was sold out for weeks. You could not get a ticket for so long, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because it sold out so quickly, people could not sit in the theater and process what just happened. They literally would watch it, the lights would go up, and they were forced out of the theater to be left alone with the insanity, like the mind-bending, dark, depressing reality of End of Evangelion. Which is why I want us to watch it, because it's an amazing companion piece to the end of the series, which I think the end of the series is perfect. And I'm really excited to talk about that with you all, along with everything else the show does, and also possibly introducing Adam to anime and getting him into it. That's my main goal.
I've watched the Sturgill Simpson Netflix special. That's enough anime for me.
I don't even know what that is, Adam. All I'm gonna say is that what I'm hoping. I'm hoping we can start you with like classic shit, right? We can start you with the best of the best, right? We can start you with the mech, like, fighting monster of the week that turns into an exploration of depression and trauma, right? And then lead you down the rabbit hole towards like everything else. Like I'm gonna get you to watch Free.
Okay,
You're
Sam,
gonna
but
watch
like,
Yuri on Ice.
We'll
Okay,
see.
Sam.
We'll see.
You're gonna watch Boku no Pico, all right? We're gonna get there.
Sam, but you keep mentioning anime, but you're not mentioning the cultural touchstone that is Ben 10.
Well, without Neon Genesis Evangelion, you wouldn't have Ben 10.
Exactly, Ben 10.
Without Ben 10, we wouldn't have Neon Genesis Evangelion.
That is true. They're both connected, you know.
Yeah.
Because Hideki Anno watched Ben 10 and went, fuck, there's so much I forgot to say with Evangelion. So then he made the remake movies. That's how it happened, straight up.
Ben 10 he's a notorious stick. Oh my god, I swear. Oh my god, if LeBron misses.
All right,
That's all. If you give me any more time, Brandon, I'm gonna gush about this show.
Woo! Let's go!
we'll save the gushing for for next week.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
you'll mute Adam when he gets mad or when he gets mad.
I've been hovering over you, David.
All right.
Patrick Kane is a goat.
Are you fucking kidding
Thank
me
you
the
for
fuck
joining
out
us.
of me right now?
Of Cinemania. We'll see you next week where we're talking about Neon Genesis Evangelion. But for now, have a great week. Stay safe. Watch some movies. Good night, everyone.
Watch The Leftovers.
Have a good night, guys. Also watch Leftovers.
See you guys.
Au revoir.